Good morning, friends. Welcome back in IB Patel English School Secondary Section. I am Hemangini Parmar. Now we are going to learn SS. Here you can see the textbook of SS, the front page. Now we move to the next page, which is of index. So total we have a 20 chapter in SS. 1 to 7 chapters are of history, 8 to 12 chapters are of civics, and 13 to 20 chapters are of geography. In June, we have to discuss one chapter and 8th chapter from civics. So friends, these two chapters we are going to learn now. Already you are given 2 videos of the first chapter. Most of the topics are covered in those videos. So the remaining topics we will learn now. Before that, I would like to tell you that you have to prepare one notebook for SS. One notebook with 3 sections. Okay, that in one notebook you have to prepare 3 sections like history, in the middle geography or civics, and at the last you can prepare any of that section. So that way one notebook you have to prepare. Okay, let's start the first chapter of SS, Rise of the British Rule in India. Friends, I know you are familiar with this chapter. You studied the history. You know why Britishers came to India. Okay, what are the reasons that economic prosperity and cultural and religious inheritance are the factor which are responsible for the we can say that arrival of the British in India. Many European countries, they are attracted toward India because of its rich heritage and prosperity. So these many points are there which you have already learned through that video which are sent by Rajesh sir. Discovery of new sea route has also discussed in that video, that arrival of the Europeans in India, Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, all are discussed in that video. Okay, here we can say that we know why the Britishers came to India and how they become successful in getting more and more territories. Okay, that conspiracy and treachery were their tools to take more and more territories under their rule, and that way they become successful in getting more and more territories. So now we will start that chapter from the topic expansion of British rule. Okay, that they started getting more and more territories and expands their rule in India. Here we are given the topic expansion of British rule. Let's start. The English government passed a regulating act in 1773 AD, according to which the governor of Bengal was made the Governor General, and all the trade and political activities of the country were brought under his direct control. So according to the regulating act, Governor General are appointed. Mumbai Madras governor and his council were brought under him. Thus Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of India. During his tenure, the first Maratha War and second Mysore War with Hyder Ali of Mysore was waged. The problem of the East India Company increased because it had to face both the powers simultaneously. So Warren Hastings became the first Governor General. First Maratha War, second Mysore War were fought during his tenure. Then Cornwallis took over as Governor General after Warren Hastings. and during his tenure of the Cornwallis, Third Mysore War took place with Tipu Sultan, famously known as Tiger of Mysore. Here we can say that Cornwallis took over after Warren Hastings, and during the tenure of Cornwallis, Third Mysore War was fought with Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan, famously known as Tiger of Mysore. But here Tipu Sultan, as one of the bravest warrior king, couldn't win against the combined force of we can say that Maratha and Nizam. So he had to lose the battle and had to accept the treaty. Here you can see the picture of Governor General Warren Hastings, Tipu Sultan. After Cornwallis, Sir John Soar became the Governor General. But because of its rigid policy, the fame and name of company declined, and Maratha become more strong. Then Governor General Wellesley, come after Sir John Soar, took the responsibility of making company supreme. Here Wellesley introduced subsidiary alliance system. As we all know that the Governor General, they came with their different type of policies, and that policies were always exploiting one. Okay, always we find that they try to exploit us, trying to take away all our wealth, etc. Here also this subsidiary alliance system is proved exploiting one, and it was also known as sweet poison. Here the terms and conditions of the subsidiary alliance system are given. See, first, the army trained by East India Company government will be provided to the state that accept the system. So here it is said that the state who accept subsidiary alliance system, the company will provide army help to them. So if you want army from the Britishers, train army from the Britishers, you have to accept this policy. Second, in return, the state accepting the system will provide for army or give away province with equivalent income to the British. And those states who are accepting subsidiary alliance system, they have to provide equivalent income to the Britishers. Without the permission of the company, the state will not wage war or sign treaty with other state. Yes, so without the permission of the company, you cannot declare any war or you cannot sign any treaty. There will be one English representative in the state assembly. Another foreigner not to be employed in the state.